What's up, friends? Brandon here. You're watching the Scale Racing channel. Welcome back. It's race night. Tonight we're racing JDM number 1. We're going to be sending 32 of these Japanese manufactured cars down this quarter-mile drag strip, 2 at a time, heads up racing. And this is going to be our lineup for tonight. I used a random name generator to determine our order, so this order is going to be completely random. And this was a pick your ride. I'll make sure I let you guys know before each race what the drivers of each specific car are. And for the proceedings tonight, we're going to go ahead and run them rocket round. We're going to run each car in both lanes. Fastest time is the one that advances that car on to the next round. If it's more than a gap, I'll go ahead and call it a one and done. Spent the last day or so going through and reorganizing the stack with the timer, and this is our overall stack reorder. As you can see, there's some cars that have been shuffled around, some of them now out of the stack, and I did go through all of the cars in the display. That took a little bit of time, but it was actually pretty enjoyable. I haven't resorted these guys yet, and be prepared, there will be some cars that are actually in this display that are going to be going into the stack, and some of these cars are going to be on their way out, but that'll be for another time. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Are you with me? Well, let's go. It's the Matchbox Superfast Nissan 300ZX driven by Bobby D's Lakeside Raceway versus the Tomica Toyota Alphard. First race of round number 1. On your marks, get set, go! It's the 300ZX taking it. Two 311 to a 2.316. Lane swap, got 300ZX with the advantage in lane number 2. On your marks, get set, go! 300ZX doing again. Two 313 to a 2.337. 300ZX moves on. The Matchbox 2015 Subaru WRX Police, driven by Robert Pettit Sr., versus the Johnny Lightning Toyota 2000 GT. On your marks, get set, go! Oh, Matchbox. 2340 to a 2463. Matchbox taking Johnny Lightning and Gapplebees. That's a one and done. It's the Matchbox Superfast Datsun 280Z, driven by Jet Young, Scoop Dively, Hippie Wildchild Racing, Elevation Diecast Racing, Blue Line Racing, and Larry Henry, versus the Hot Wheels of Mitsubishi Eclipse. On your marks, get set, go! 280, taking that one. By about 3/4 of a car length, we got a 2322 to a 2349. The Eclipse needs to be a 2322. On your marks, get set, go! That's gappage. $23.01 to a 2351. It's going to move the 280 to our next round. It's the Hot Wheels Datsun 200 SX with the Gold Hot Ones, driven by Northern Roads Racing and Bob Jones, versus the Hot Wheels Honda Civic SI. On your marks, get set, go! 200 SX with a 2331, gapping the Honda. Datsun goes on to the next round. It's the battle of polar opposites. It's the Hot Wheels Mazda MX-5 versus the Majorette Toyota Hiace. Majorette probably the worst rolling wheels out of the box, but a little bit of graphite got them rolling pretty good. All these cars were worked with graphite before the race. On your marks, get set, go! Oh, it's Majorette. 2333 to a 2343. Lane swap, and Miata needs to be at 23.33 to stay alive. On your marks, get set, go. Miata with a jump. $23.25 to $23.47. 25 beat to 33. Miata is going to the next round. It's the Hot Wheels 85 Honda CRX from the Hot One series versus the Hot Wheels Nissan Custom Z, driven by N-Count, Hot Wheels Time Trials, and Robert Hurley. On your marks, get set, go. 300ZX with the jump. $23.13 to a $23.20. Custom Z with the win, but the CRX was catching on him. CRX needs to beat a 23.13 in order to stay alive. On your marks, get set, go. CRX takes it that time. 23.24 isn't gonna get it done. Custom Z moves on to the next round. Another crowd favorite, it's the Matchbox Toyota Supra, driven by APBA Chatter, Bloodhound 122, Shane Parker, and Cash Money Boys, versus the Hot Wheels Nissan Z with faster than ever wheels. On your marks, get set, go! Supra staying out in front on that one. 2300 to a 23.13. Lane swap, a 350Z needs to beat a 2300 to stay alive. On your marks, get set, go! Supra takes them both. $22.98 to a 23.17. Fastest time so far. He'll be moving on. Up next is the Hot Wheels Mazda Furai with faster than ever wheels versus the Hot Wheels Nissan 300ZX, driven by Brian Creasy and Redline Salvage Inc. On your marks, get set, go! 300ZX. $22.88 to a 23.73. Major gappage going on in that one. That'll be a one and done. Up next is the Johnny Lightning 1999 Nissan Skyline GTR versus the Hot Wheels Honda Spocket with faster than ever wheels, driven by Your Nightmare Racing, Res Wheels, and Zaku TV. Quick note on this Johnny Lightning Skyline. When I unboxed it on the last video, 3 of the wheels wouldn't freewheel. So I went ahead and popped off the outside wheel covers, and sure enough, 3 of those wheels had flashing between the nail head and the wheel itself. And when you pop those covers back on, it was mashing it together and causing it to bind up. So I went in there with an X-Acto knife, cut the flashing out of the way, and everything seems to be rolling just fine on this guy now. On your marks, get set, go! Oh, Johnny Lightning putting up the fight. 23.21 to a 23.46. Go ahead and swap lanes. Johnny Lightning needing to beat a 23.21 in order to stay alive. On your marks, get set, go! Spocket's having nothing of it. 23.22 to a 23.58. Honda Spocket moves on. Here we have the Tomica Nissan GTR R35 versus the Hot Wheels 08 Lancer Evo with faster than ever wheels, driven by John Mr. Darkoon and Joe Marquez. On your marks, get set, go! $23.21 for the Lancer, $23.34 for the Tomica. Tomica needs to beat a 23.21 in order to stay alive. On your marks, get set, go! Pretty even race. $23.25 to a 23.28. Tomica not able to beat the 08 Lancer's time in the first race. Lancer will be moving on. Up next is the Matchbox 2005 Superfast Nissan Z versus the Hot Wheels Datsun 240Z Cool Classics Edition, driven by Troy Owens. Matchbox versus Hot Wheels. On your marks, get set, go! Oh, look at that. 2314 to a 2318. Matchbox taking the win. Hot Wheels needs a 2314 to stay alive. On your marks, get set, go! It's a pretty close race. Close race. 2312 to a 2313. That's going to move Matchbox on to the next round. Yeah, what I tell you about them wheels. Up next is the Majorette Toyota Hilux versus the Hot Wheels Honda Civic Type R with faster than ever wheels. Majorette versus Hot Wheels. On your marks, get set, go! Oh, Majorette. Taking down the Honda, 2320 to a 2337. Honda needs to beat a 2320 to move on to the next round. On your marks, get set, go! Not gonna happen. 2314 to a 2326. That's gonna move Majorette on to the next round. That's a nice truck. Here we have the Matchbox Superfast Mazda RX-7 versus the Matchbox Scion XB from the 2004 Superfast line, driven by David Griffith. Lightweight versus heavyweight Matchbox. On your marks, get set, go! Oh, it's close. $23.12 for the Scion versus a $23.17 for the Supra. RX-7 needs a 2312 to move on. On your marks, get set, go! Not gonna happen. $23.08 to a $23.14. Moves the Scion on to the next round. Up on deck is the Hot Wheels Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR from the Red Lines edition, driven by St. Titus and Dennis Taylor, versus the Matchbox Mitsubishi Eclipse from the 2005 Superfast line. On your marks, get set, go! Oh, Hot Wheels. $22.98 to a $23.57. Skyline with gappage takes out the Matchbox. One and done. Here we have the Hot Wheels Honda S2000 from the Cool Classic series versus the Hot Wheels Pikes Peak Tacoma with the high-speed wheels, driven by Ghost Driver. On your marks, get set, go! Oh, the Honda. Car length, 2324 to a 2356. Pikes Peak Tacoma needs to beat a 2324 to stay in the game. On your marks, get set, go! And that's not gonna happen. 2309 to a 2342. Honda S2000 moving on to the next round. Last pairing of round one, we've got the Hot Wheels Datsun Bluebird 510 with the faster than ever wheels, driven by Myra Wilson, King Nissan, and Drew Diecast plus Jeter, versus the Hot Wheels Nissan Skyline HT 2000 GTX from the Redline series, driven by DXP Racing. Last race of round number one. On your marks, get set, go! Oh my goodness, Skyline just completely dominates the 510. That's a one and done. 2307 to a 2358. There you go, round one is done. Winners on the inside, losers on the outside. Round number 2 commences with a pair of Matchbox. We've got the 300ZX in lane number 1 and the Subaru WRX in lane number 2. On your marks, get set, go! 300ZX. $23.19 to a $23.44, not quite a car length. Lane swap, Subaru needs to beat a $23.19 to stay alive. On your marks, get set, go! Not gonna happen. $23.07 to a $23.32. 300ZX with the Starburst wheels, moving on to the next round. Matchbox 280Z in lane number 1 versus the Hot Wheels Datsun 200SX in lane number 2. It's ought to be a good one. On your marks, get set, go! 200SX with the jump. $22.97 to a $23.16. Let's go ahead and swap them up. All right, the 280Z needs a $22.97, stay alive. On your marks, get set, go! Pretty tight. He did beat the first one, but not good enough to beat that right there. $22.94 for the 200SX. Move on to the next round. Next up, we got the Hot Wheels Mazda Miata versus the Hot Wheels Custom Z. On your marks, get set, go! Custom Z with the whole shot, stays out in front. The Mazda was catching on him. $23.19 to a $23.26. Mazda needs to beat a $23.19. On your marks, get set, go! And the Mazda $23.20 versus a $23.27. Not good enough to beat the first race of the $23.19. That 300ZX will be moving on. It's the Matchbox Supra versus the Hot Wheels 300ZX. On your marks, get set, go! Oh, it's a good race. $22.92 to a $22.93. 300ZX with the whole shot, but the Supra was catching on him. That was a good one. Supra needs to beat a $22.92 to advance to the next round. On your marks, get set, go! Oh, that ain't gonna happen. $22.81 to a $23.05. Hot Wheels 300ZX, moving on to the next round. Next up on deck, we got the Honda Sprocket and the 08 Lancer, both with faster than ever wheels. On your marks, get set, go! Lancer's out. Looks like the Honda went around him. $23.16 to a $23.17. That was close. Lancer needs to beat a $23.16 to move on to the next round. On your marks, get set, go! No, not gonna happen. $23.12 to a $23.30. Honda Sprocket. Moving on to the next round. Interesting matchup. We got the Matchbox Nissan Z versus the Majorette Hilux. On your marks, get set, go! Hilux with the jump. win, 2317 to a 2320. Lane swap. Nissan needs to best a 2317 in order to stay in it. On your marks, get set, go. Hilux. $23.11 to a $23.13. It's going to move the Hilux on to the next round. We've got the Matchbox Cyan XB versus the Hot Wheels Redlines Skyline 2000 GTR. On your marks, get set, go. Good race. It is. It is the GTR with a 2284 to a 2295. Lane swap. Cyan needs a 2284 to stay alive. On your marks, get set, go. It's a good run by each of them.
By each of them.
$23.04 to a $23.01. Not good enough to beat that first run. Skyline moving to the next round. Last race of round number 2 is the Hot Wheels Honda S2000 from the Cool Classics versus the Hot Wheels Skyline from the Redline series. On your marks, get set, go. Pretty tight.
Tight.
2312 for the S2000, 2314 for the Skyline. Lane swap. Skyline needs to beat a 2312 in order to stay alive. On your marks, get set, go. Might do it. $23.02. That's going to give him the clutch win, sending him to the next round. Round 2 is done. Winners on the inside, losers on the outside. Round number 3 starting out with what I think should be a damn good race. It's the Matchbox 300ZX in lane number 1 and the Hot Wheels Datsun 200SX in lane number 2. On your marks, get set, go. 200SX with the jump stays out in front. $22.95 to a $23.07. Lane swap. The 300ZX has got to beat a $22.95 to stay alive. On your marks, get set, go. Not gonna happen. $22.98 to a $23.05. Datsun 200SX moving on to the next round. Next up is the Hot Wheels Custom Z in lane number 1 and the 300ZX in lane number 2. On your marks, get set, go. 300ZX with the jump. $22.77 to a $23.10. We'll swap them up. Swapping them up, the Custom Z needs to beat a $22.77 in order to move on. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. On your marks, get set, go. Oh, 300ZX. A little bit slower run that time, $23.03 to a $23.29. Looked like kind of a wonky start for the 300ZX, but the first race was enough to seal his victory. He'll be moving on. Next up, we got the Hot Wheels Honda Sprocket in lane number 1, and we'll see if Majorette can stay alive with the Toyota Hilux in lane number 2. On your marks, get set, go! Hilux with the jump, pretty even. $23.09 for the Hilux, $23.11 for the Sprocket. Lane swap, the Sprocket needs a $23.09 in order to stay alive. On your marks, get set, go! Ooh, it's close. $23.12 to a $23.13 beats him in this race by a thousandths. Not fast enough to get him in the first round. Hilux moving on. Couldn't have planned this one any better. 2 Hot Wheels Skylines, both from the Redline series. On your marks, get set, go! Tight race. But it is the GTR with a 2286 to a 2301 for the HT. Lane swap, the HT needs to be a 2296 in order to stay alive. On your marks, get set, go! It's the GTR. $22.84 to a $22.98. GTR moves on to the next round. That concludes round number 3. Winners on the inside, losers on the outside. First semifinal race is a pair of Hot Wheels. We got the Datsun 200SX in lane number 1 and the 300ZX in lane number 2. On your marks, get set, go! Oh, it's tight. $22.87 to a $22.87. Nice. We had a pair of 2287s in the first race, so the slate is clean. Whoever wins this one moves on to the final race. On your marks, get set, go! Oh boy. $22.83 for the 300 and a $22.98 for the 200SX. 300ZX going on to the final round. Second semifinal race, we've got the Majorette Toyota Hilux versus the Hot Wheels Skyline in lane number 2. On your marks, get set, go! Pretty tight, but the Skyline had it by about a fender. We got a 2288 to a 2306. Lane swap, Hilux needs a 2288 in order to stay alive and move on to the finals. On your marks, get set, go! Not gonna happen. $22.87 to a $23.07. Redline Skyline, moving on to the final round. Semifinals are done, losers on the outside, winners on the inside. This will be our final round race. But first, let's see who's got third place on the podium. We've got the Hot Wheels Datsun 200SX in lane number 1 and the Majorette Toyota Hilux in lane number 2. On your marks, get set, go! 200SX, too much. 2287 to a 2315. That was pretty much a car length beat. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to the 200SX, taking third overall. Race final, we got the Hot Wheels 300ZX in lane number 1 and the Hot Wheels Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR in lane number 2. We're gonna go ahead and run twice in each lane just to make sure we find out the true winner. Final, race number 1. On your marks, get set, go! Oh, it's tight. $22.76 to a $22.78. 300ZX taking that one by 2 thousandths. Race 2 of the final, keeping them in the same lanes. On your marks, get set, go! Very tight. $22.78 to $22.80. 300ZX clicks off another one. Lane swap, so far the 300ZX has a 22.76 fast lap. On your marks, get set, go! Oh yeah. $22.70 to $22.88. Race 4 of the final, the Skyline needs to beat a $22.70 to take the overall win. I don't think it's gonna happen though. On your marks, get set, go! Nope. $22.80, $22.94. 300ZX with the Ultra Hot Wheels, taking the overall win for JDM number 1. I know if I don't do it, somebody's gonna ask, so let's go ahead and put the 200SX against the Skyline. On your marks, get set, go! Tight race, but it is the Skyline with a 2.293 to a 2.307. 200SX needs to beat a 22.93. On your marks, get set, go! Nope. Not tonight. 22.78 for the Skyline and the 200SX falling off to a 23.11. So, this is truly your second place vehicle. All right, there you have it. Hot Wheels 300ZX with the Ultra Hot Wheels taking the overall victory. Brian Creasy and Redline Salvage Inc. Congratulations to both of you guys for picking the winning vehicle. And coming in second place is a Hot Wheels Nissan Skyline GTR, driven by St. Titus and Dennis Taylor. And third place is the Hot Wheels Datsun 200SX, driven by Northern Roads Racing and Bob Jones. Congratulations, drivers. Thanks for playing along. And our new gatekeeper is the Fast One's Blue Evil Eye. He'll be up on deck. All right, tonight's winner of the 300ZX is going to take on our gatekeeper, the Kenner Fast One's Evil Eye. On your marks, get set, go! Ooh, that was a bad start, son of a bitch. On your marks, get set, go! Oh, it's tight. 22.88 to a 22.89, 300ZX by 1 thousandths. Evil Eye needs to beat a 22.88 to stay in the rankings. On your marks, get set, go! Tried. 22.93 to a 22.94. Evil Eye is out of the stack. 300ZX is in. 300ZX versus the Silver Solaire CX4. On your marks, get set, go! Oh, without a doubt. 22.75. Just ripped off a fast one. That'd be a one and done. Next car in the stack is the Turbo Tram. On your marks, get set, go! Pretty tight. 22.82 for the Tram, 22.85 for the 300ZX. 300ZX needs to be at 22.82. On your marks, get set, go. Oh, the whole shot. 2268. Yeah, that'll do it. Moving on up. Nissan versus the Cam Rammer. On your marks, get set, go. I did it again. 2277 to a 2288. Lane swap, Cam Rammer needs to beat a 2277. On your marks, get set, go. That's not gonna happen. 2282 versus a 2294. Still moving. Nissan versus the Black Solaire. On your marks, get set, go. Oh, looks like the Solaire's got him. 2278 to a 92. Okay. Nice run by the Solaire. Lane swap, Nissan needs to beat a 2278 to keep moving. On your marks, get set, go. 2279. That's gonna be his stopping point. Black Solaire barely edging out the 300ZX. Still 300ZX making it into the stack. You move all these guys down. Right there you have it, 300ZX from tonight's race, taking the 10th spot overall in my fastest cars in my collection. We'll take a look from top to bottom. Had that Mustang move up past the Carbonite. We got another 300ZX, slightly different style with gold hot ones. And that is a Hong Kong Solaire. Johnny Lightning moved up quite a bit in the rankings on the new track. He likes the smooth ramp. Maserati, Gold 442, and the rest of them. Stick around for my next video. I'm gonna go ahead and resort all of these guys after I did the time trials, and we'll see where the stack is, and we'll see where the rest of these cars from JDM number 1 stack up as far as the overall rankings. Enjoyed it. Glad you hung out with me for a little while. Until next time, y'all stay healthy. Have fun racing.